Okay, started shooting this as a very simple how-to video. Not even a how-to, just this is me changing the headlight on a bike. It has grown legs. So, if you have ordered an XDure SW2 LED headlight for a KTM 690 SMCR, a Husqvarna 701 SM, or a Gas 700 Supermoto, this is what you'll be buying, or one of the options you have available to you. It is not a plug-and-play solution. The wiring harness that comes from the unit is wired differently than the actual bike. And you have two choices. You can either take the pins out of this plug and rewire it, which can be finicky. Or they do include, in fairness to them, a wiring harness adapter, which you can put together yourself. And this video is to save everyone else an hour, possibly more, of your time that I spent Googling wiring harnesses for this bike this evening, and in the end just broke out the multimeter and had to figure it out myself. So I'll walk through very quickly how I worked out what I did, and then if you want to skip to the end, I'll put a shortcut in the description below to, if you just want me to tell you which wire to wire to what port. So here we go. So this is the OEM unit, and you can see here, I hope so, you have green, blue, brown and yellow, and they split off on the back. So it's two browns, the brown split out here, and then yellow goes to here, and green and blue go to the main headlight array. But on the LED array, on the LED headlight, I don't know why I'm calling it an array, there are only four wires, and they all go into the single LED housing. So none of them match up. Here's how you figure out how to do it. So there is the headlight connector into the wiring harness. So turn the bike on, get power, turn on your multimeter, ground out the multimeter. You can just use a bolt on the frame, it's fine. I'm going to do this so you can see it. Try this. That'll have to do. So with it ground out, you check yellow. So yellow is getting 26, that's live. Green, also getting 26, live. Brown is getting nothing. And then the last one, what's the last one? Blue. So blue is getting nothing, 0.8. So what we do then, turn on the headlight, check blue again, and yeah, you see 26. So we know blue is the headlight, and yellow and green are dipped and running light, but we need to figure out which one is which. So turn off your bike. So thankfully the instructions that do come with it are in perfect English, and they do give you a wiring diagram, and it says blue is low beam, black is negative, brown is high beam, and white is your daytime running light. So you have two lives, low beam and DRL. And when you look at the back of the OEM unit, or if you plug this in, turn it on, you realize this bottom bulb here is essentially the bulb version of the DRL. And then the bulb here is both your high and low beam. So brown is neutral or earth off of both of these. These are the only one that has in common. Yellow is for your DRL. And then green and blue are for high and low beam. So basically, I'm going to throw a cheat sheet up now on the screen. If you don't want to figure all that out yourself, follow along. Just follow what I put on the screen and you'll be fine. So, like I said, you can either remove the pins from this or follow the easier way, which is wire this adapter block as we've just discussed, fit it to your new unit, and then plug it in and test it before you button everything back up. So let's do that now. Okay, so you can see your DRLs on the side, your dip bulb is the top, and we try high beam now. Whoops. Yeah, high beam working as well. So everything works. Now, let's disconnect this and fit it to the front headlight cowl. Okay, so easiest way to fit this, take the bottom of the unit, slide it in bottom first, tip it forward, and then when you go to stand up the unit, just the two tabs that hold the back of it in, just bend them up slightly and they have plenty of flexibility and it just slots in like that. So this unit does come with some small Phillips head screws to hold in place, which I think are much better than the self-tappers that are there by OEM. So let's get them fitted now. Do you know what? These screws are tiny, and I really don't like the idea of them being responsible for holding it in. So what I'm going to do, just to spread the force a little, I'm going to add some washers to the back. This will not be the only time I have to dip into my box of parts for this install, as you'll see. So yeah, if you've gotten this far in the video and you're wondering, is this worth the ball ache, or should I just buy the Super Mofools version that comes with a plug and play harness? Spend the extra 60 quid or 50 quid, whatever it was, and just buy the Super Mofools. Don't do what I did. Don't buy the cheapest one you could find, because shit like this happens. Now, final thing, we have to fit a bolt here, which slides back and forward, allows you to slide back. This is to adjust the headlight angle, so you're not too far up, it'll be blinding people. Too far down, you're not going to see shit. The OEM unit is this kind of self-tapping bolt. It's quite big and chunky, but it's too big for this notch. And the bolt they give you is here. And it's again a little Phillips head with an actual built-in washer and another washer on it, but it's not long enough to go through into the receiving part here. So yet again, into a box of bolts, which is exactly why I bought them. I'm going to find something that will hold this in place. Right. More bolts acquired. You dick. Okay, that is in, and the fit is terrible. But in fairness, the OEM unit is not a whole lot better. Yeah, I mean, you can see there the gap is even bigger at the bottom, but it's gaps to the side. But yeah, it was never watertight to begin with, so I'll just keep an eye on it, and if needs be, I can just swap back to the standard unit. So let's tighten up everything, reinstall it, and then check the beam height before we call it done. Thankfully, this is much easier to take apart and put back together in comparison to the 790 Adventure, which is a whole other ball ache. There we go. There's a tab either side of this that has a tendency to stick outside of the cowl. And so once you make sure to get it inside the cowl, your life becomes 10 times easier because everything just lines up so much better. This is the part where if I was American, I'd have a gun to go be done in like 5 seconds. And it would be fine if I didn't give a shit about stripping bolts or ever have to take this apart again, which I will, because more mods are coming. Okay, let's check the beam. There's a beam height. Huh, I have no headlight. No, I have no dipped. And now I have no headlights at all. So that's not right. Shit. What have I fucking done? Okay. So, what happened there was the terminals in the end of this little adapter cable that I put together actually came loose, so it wasn't getting connection across any of the wires really. And the ones it was getting connection on, it was intermittent. So I'm binning that, and I did what I should have done an hour and a half ago. I took the pins out of the connector block from the LED unit and I just rewired them to match the adapter cable. Plugged it back into the bike. It's all working. I'm going to put it back together now, and fingers crossed we can put this one to bed, because I'm currently 3 hours into a 20-minute job. So this is going great. Shrink wrap, done. Connection, done. Test, successful. Off. Refit this fucker for the 16th time tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dips, headlight, and DRLs. Success. Right, I hope that was some help. Actually, I know that was no help at all. I hope at least that was some entertainment for people watching at home. Yeah, don't be me. Don't buy cheap shit. Don't buy the cheapest shit you can buy. Buy the good stuff. Buy the stuff that is guaranteed to fit first time, and save yourself the hassle. Because, like I said, 3 and a bit hours into a 20-minute job, the Super Mofools plug and play one was another 50 quid. So, yeah, save yourself the ball, like, spend the money. Bye.